So guys, make sure today you're taking the notes because today's session is very much important. If you're willing to get certified by Microsoft in the field of the AI, so today masterclass will help you to become the Microsoft Azure AI 900 certified. So we are going to start with first, like what is the AI 900? That is exam code. So that learning path we are going to discuss here. You will get the certificate of joining this workshop as well. So just stay with me. It's a 2 hour session. So you will get the certificate at the end of the session. I will share the complete roadmap. I will share a free course as well to become the Microsoft certified Azure AI fundamental. So I will share a free course for that as well. Today you're going to get so many insight how we can get started with the Azure AI, what are the tools and things you need to set up on the local machine, how to create your own custom model as well. So many things we are going to discuss and you're going to learn in today masterclass. Manjunath, I'm just sharing the complete codes. Okay. So just stay with us. You're going to get a complete free course on AI 900. I hope my audio is coming fine to everyone. Quickly do confirm it. And quickly do let me know what are the experience you having and what are the background you having. So just do let me know quickly your tech stack. Let's say .NET, Java. If you're a fresher, do mention fresher and experience. Just quickly do let me know. It help me to understand the audience. Okay, Sono is having the .NET React. Okay, fresher, the experience one, full stack .NET. Okay, PHP, associate IT consultant. Okay, so get the idea. So we having a mixed audience. That's great. So today's session is about the Azure AI fundamentals. And to get started with the Azure AI fundamentals, there is no prerequisite. You can be from the background of any technology, any IT background. So anyone can do this AI 900 certification. So just stay with me. The people who joined late, let me inform to you. So at the end of this session, you're going to get a certificate of joining this workshop. I'm going to share a free course for Azure AI 900 so that you can get prepared for the AI 900 official exam, the official certificate there. And you're going to learn a lot of things in today's session. So let's get started with it. So before starting the things, let me introduce to myself. So my name is Shailendra Chauhan. I'm the founder and CEO of Scholarhead. And Scholarhead is a leading tech platform. Through that, we offer the corporate training, we offer the B2C training, we offer the batch training on various technologies. I'm a solution architect, a mentor, and a speaker in various Microsoft conferences, including the Microsoft Azure, we having the Microsoft Reactor, we having the NG India, and many other conferences. I did the speaking over there. I'm Microsoft MVP from the last 10 years. I'm a corporate trainer for the top MNCs, including IBM, Cognizant, Dell, and many more. With IBM, I'm doing the training more than 7 years constantly in a row, where I'm going to train the IBM team on the full stack cloud development using the Azure, using the .NET Core, Angular, React, microservices, software architecture, DevOps, and many more. So far, I have trained more than 1 lakh plus working professional working in the top tech companies, including Microsoft, Accenture, IBM, Cognizant, Dell, and many more companies. I've written many interview question answer books. If you're preparing yourself for a technical interview on .NET, Angular, React, AWS, AI, system design in any field. So we having more than 42 plus interview question answer books which are available to everyone at free of cost. You can refer here. So you're going to get a free interview books as well. You're going to get a free course access also today. And you're going to get a certificate of joining this workshop as well. So a lot of things you're going to get in today masterclass. So I share the link for accessing the free interview question answer books there. I have written many articles on various technologies, including .NET, AWS, Azure. We having the system design, software architecture, microservices, and many more. I'm having more than 16 years of experience of development, consulting, and delivering the training. So this is about me in brief. So let's get started with today class. So it is coming to the AI 900. So AI 900 is the official exam from the Microsoft. If you're willing to become the Microsoft certified Azure AI Fundamental. So when it is coming to the AI 900, it is a Microsoft Azure AI Fundamentals. We will start with a overview of the AI concept, where you're going to learn about the fundamentals of machine learning, the fundamentals of Azure AI service. It's a module one. Then we having the module two, that is about the computer vision, where we are going to discuss about the fundamentals of computer vision, fundamental of facial recognition, how we can do the face API over there, then fundamentals of optical character recognition. Let's what is the OCR, how we can use that. Then in the module three, you're going to learn about the natural language processing, where you're learning about the fundamentals of text analysis with the language services, then fundamentals of question answering with the language service. It's a module three. The module four, we having about the document intelligence and the knowledge mining. Module five, we having about here Microsoft Azure AI fundamentals. So these are the various things you have to go through to prepare for the AI 900 official exam. The exam code you have to keep in the mind. It's a AI 900 is exam code for it. There you have to prepare it. So when it is coming to the prerequisite for this exam, there is no prerequisite. Anyone can give this exam after preparing for the AI 900. The number of question in this exam will be around 40 to 60. It depends upon what are the question paper, what are the set you are going to get. So number of question might vary. The question type can be the multiple choice. They can be the multi-response, yes and no like question there. We having the drag and drop type question also, matching, aligning them in a order. So we having the various types of the question are going to be asked in this AI 900 exam. The passing score will be here 700 on a scale of 1 to 1000. And the exam duration will be here 45 minutes to 65, depending upon what are the paper set you are getting. Exam fee is at 99 USD. It can be going to vary depending upon what are the country you having. In India, the price in INR, in other country, the price in different one. So you can check the things on the official website. What are the price it is showing you in your currency there. The certification validity is lifetime. You have to earn it once and it will be always. So you can keep mentioning the certificate in your resume, in your profile, because nowadays companies are expecting you should be the AI certified. So such certification always help you to showcase your skill set to prepare you for the exam there. So let's get started with beginning. As I mentioned over there, we're going to start with a introduction to the AI here. So I'm going to start with the things. So please start taking the notes. So first we will try to understand what is the AI, what is the ML, and what is the deep learning. So you heard about the three terms like AI, machine learning, and the deep learning. These are the things we having. So when it is coming the AI, so AI is a technology that is going to allow the machine to mimic the human intelligence. So ultimately, we are making the machine which are capable enough to behave like a human. The machine can take the decision. So ultimately, using the AI, our focus is on creating the machine that can perform the tasks that normally require the human intelligence. So we having the various tasks like learning, like taking the decision like the human, having the reasoning capability. So ultimately we have to train to the machine, we need to train to the model with the help of the data, then only the machine can take the decision over there. Even it can understand the language. Let's say today we are speaking in English, but somebody might having a language Hindi, it can be Tamil, it can be, let's say, the Chinese, it can be any other language. So how we can understand that language context? So we can translate it, we can process it so that we will understood. So we having the language understanding for that. We having the option here for the image recognition, the speech recognition, where we can do the image analysis. Let's say we are showing an image, in the image we can find out, do we have people in the image, do we have, you know, the cat, dog, or any other object in the image. So we having the image analysis for that. Even we can convert the speech to text. So whatever I'm speaking in English, it can be converted into the text. Even I can convert the text to speech as well. So we having the menu option over there for that particular purpose. We having the option to solve the problem in the complex situation. Even AI is capable, is AI is capable enough to solve the various problem. Even you have seen we having the various, you know, the generative AI models. We having the GPT, we having the DeepSeek, we having the Gemini, we having the many more. They are designed to solve them the many complex problem here. If I take the example here, what are the, you know, the various the AI application example. So AI application example, we having the Siri, we having the Alexa, we having the Chat GPT, we having the self-driving cars. So these are various example. I'm sure many of are using in our daily life. So depending upon whatever the phone you having, whatever the, you know, the device you're having, I'm sure on the daily basis we might be interacting with this most popular AI application. The next thing we having about here, the machine learning. So when it is coming the machine learning, so machine learning is about a data science technique that is going to allow the computing resources to use the historical data to create a model which can forecast the future behaviors, outcomes, and trend. So ultimately, how we, you know, take the decision before the machine learning, we write a typical if else statements, we do the, you know, the traditional programming as used to do. So but that traditional programmer is not able to learn from the patterns, we are not able to learn from the data in that case. But in the machine learning we are learning from the data. So here we are not writing the rules for every situation as we used to do in a typical programming. Here we are giving the example. Let's say here we are giving the data. Here we are giving the patterns to the machine, and based upon that, the machine will learn. Based upon the machine will predict and take the decision. So this is the way having the things. So we having the various machine learning example. Let's say we having the spam detection. Even you have seen today, if you're using the Gmail, if you're using the Yahoo, automatically they detect the email, whether it's a spam email, whether it's a the actual email. So they have actually did behind this in the machine learning. So based upon the machine learning, your Gmail is going to detect whether it's a spam email, whether it's a not a spam. You might be building a recommendation system even whenever you are accessing the things on Netflix, or let's say on the any shopping website, or even on the YouTube as well. They automatically keep recommending the videos as you're browsing them. So based upon your interest, based upon your context, everything they're going to suggest you over there. Guys, just please hold on. It's only 2 hour session. You're getting the train, you're getting the certificate as well. So just stay with me. The next we having the self-driving car. So you have seen we having the Tesla. So Tesla is the example where we having the self-driving capability. So we having the other companies as well who are working on the same concept. So they already train the self-driving software, whatever they're going to install in the Tesla car, that is going to automate the your vehicle over there. Even Tesla is going to start a, the taxi service as well. If you learn about the recent announcement, have you heard about the Tesla recent announcement? The Elon Musk announced the taxi service as well, the automate taxi service. So they will do the things. Of course, that thing is not supported everywhere, but they will start from the few countries over there. We having the fraud detection. So let's say we having a unusual transaction through the credit card from a unusual location used to do. So they can detect it might be a fraud. What are the transaction you're doing over there? So these are various example we having the machine learning. And when it is coming the machine learning, so we having the three types of machine learning. We having the supervised learning, we having the unsupervised learning, and we having here reinforcement learning. So we having the three types of we having the three types of learning here. So let's understand how these three types of machine learning we having, because ultimately what are the problem you're going to solve, what are the model you're going to use, what are the services you're going to use in Azure, they're going to be fall into these three category. So when it is coming to supervised learning, so in the supervised learning, the model, the machine learn from the label data. Just take an example. I want to create a model where I want to figure out the question answer. So what I will do here, I will just make a set of question and answer. It can be a PDF, it can be a PPT. Through that, I will train. This is a question, this is the answer. This is a question, this is the answer. So I'm just telling what is the correct answer over there. So make sure you having the sufficient data to train the model. So example here, it can be image classification. In the image classification, you're going to train the model whether the image we having for a fruit. In the fruit, it can be for banana, it can be for apple, it can be for, for orange. So we having the various fruits classification. I can do that one in the supervised learning. The another example is the spam email detection. So whatever the emails are coming, you are going to train the email containing this type of text is the spam. The email containing this type of text is not a spam. So there a model can be created for that purpose over there. We can have the sentiment analysis. Just take an example, you having a review on a hotel. Even you have seen on the Amazon itself, what are the review you are reading about a product. So you can find out it's a positive review about that product, it's a negative review about that product, or it's a neutral one. And based upon the review, we decide whether I should buy that particular product from the Amazon, from the Flipkart or not. So such analysis, such things, how they're doing behind the scene, there is a supervised machine learning they're using to do that thing here. And when it is coming to the Microsoft Azure, in the Microsoft Azure, the example for the supervised learning is here Azure AI Vision. That is a service that is coming in this category. We having the Azure AI language service that is also coming in the same category. That is a supervised learning there. The second type of machine learning, we having the unsupervised learning, where we are not giving the label data, where we are not telling the things in advance what it is, but here we are giving the data, and inside the data it is trying to find out a hidden pattern so that it can group that unlabeled data. The example here, let's say we having the customer segmentation. So what are the customer are coming? So those customer we have to put in a segmentation of category. Let's say this is a customer where we having the positive one is a customer, we having the negative one, the customer we having is a neutral. It can be the segmentation in your business. We can have the grouping for the similar type of product. So we can have a product categorization. It can be the category, let's say daily users product. We having the weekly users product. We can have it's a monthly user product. So we are not telling anything to the model. So model is going to categorize the things based upon the data uses. Because the product which we are selling on the daily basis, it will put in the category of the daily user product. The product which we are selling on the weekly basis, let's say on weekend usually we are selling, it will categorize in the weekly category. The product we are selling just end of the month or once in a month, it is going to categorize in the monthly category. So such thing actually help us to figure out in our business what are the product we are selling on the daily basis and what are the similar type of product we can sell in the business. So ultimately the unsupervised learning can help us to increase our business. We can think about to sell more product which the customer are buying through our platform in the daily basis. We can sell more product the customer is buying on a weekly basis and once in a month. So we can give the category, we can do the categorization over there. We can plan the offer also, we can plan the sales things as well. So how the companies are going to detect such things, they're going to detect such things using the unsupervised learning over there. So what are the various things are coming in the unsupervised learning? It is coming here. We having the Azure AI services, we having the unsupervised learning example is it's Azure AI search, that is a semantic search. We having the Azure ML for the unsupervised model. So these are the things we having over there. This is the way we having the things to deal with it now. Simple. Ashwani, I think you didn't get in the things. I already said in the beginning, we are going to share the complete free course access on the Azure AI 900. Please stay with me. Don't distract the people. If you having any relevant query, relevant question about the topic you are discussing, please do ask. Don't ask the irrelevant question in the chat. I already mentioned everyone is going to get the certificate of joining this workshop. Everyone is going to get the free course access as well of the AI 900. I already share the book, the free book, which you can prepare the things. So just stay with me. Okay. Amit already mentioned here the real life example of the unsupervised learning. You are going to segment the customer based upon their buying behavior. Let's say this customer is going to buy the things and the weekend. These customer is going to buy that in the weekdays. So you can give them offer whatever you are willing to run on a weekly basis, especially for the weekdays. The customer you can target especially for the weekend. So customer segmentation you're doing based upon the buying behavior. There is no labeled learning over there. So how we are going to create the model? We are going to create the model based upon the buying behavior of it. Simply over there. Okay. So example in the Azure AI services, we having the Azure AI search and we having the others one over there. I hope that things are clear to everyone. Okay. The third category, we having the reinforcement learning. So in the reinforcement learning, the machine learning model is going to train itself by giving to itself the rewards and penalties. Just take an example. You're going to train a model on a game. So machine will start the model start playing the game, and based upon the game score, based upon how it is performing the well, the model is going to learn itself. So example for the reinforcement learning, we have been playing game, optimizing the supply chain, controlling the robots. So these are the various example we having. The reinforcement learning is coming. If you're looking the example for the reinforcement learning here, so we having the example here for the Azure machine learning is example where we can define the custom machine learning model for doing such things. So mainly if you're looking for the core data science, in the core data science, we having the the unsupervised learning and the reinforcement learning. We are going to create the things yourself, because supervised learning is easy to prepare and build the things. We having the some difficulty in the unsupervised learning, and the most difficult one is here the reinforcement learning, because things are not going to be following a pattern here. The things are going to be happen based upon the rewards and the based upon the penalty. The things are happening over there. I hope all the three types of learning are clear to everyone. We having in the ML. That the next thing we having about the deep learning. So if you're going to study something in more detail, so deep learning is a branch of the machine learning. So the deep learning is using the artificial neural networks that is mimic how the brain process the data. So deep learning is about here how actually a human brain is going to take the decision, and what are the the things are going to be happen when as a human being you're taking the decision over there. So in the deep learning models, we having the many hidden layers. That's why the term is here deep. So in the case of deep learning, it is automatically identify the patterns and the features without the without the manual intervention over there. And the deep learning we perform always on a big size of data, the large amount of label data input over there. The example for the deep learning can be here the image and video recognition, the facial recognition. Let's say you have to read a face of a person, whether the person is happy, whether the person is sad. So we can have the various face. We having the various reason as well, various geography as well. So each geography people we need to study, we need to do the things. So we need to learn the facial recognition detail in the deep. Same way we having the object detection as well. So what are the image we having inside the image, or what are the various object we having? It can be, let's say, a pigeon, it can be, let's say, a rat, a cat. We can have the medical image analysis. So you have, how the doctor write the prescription. It is very difficult to read. So we need to train the model so that the model can look at a particular doctor's specification, let's say whatever he's writing, the prescription especially. The next one we having the natural language processing. NLP is also the example is here, where we are doing the language translation, sentiment analysis over there. Then we having the chatbot over there. The speech recognition, we need to identify the speaker over there who is speaking. We are going to convert the audio of the speaker in a specific into the specific language, so that the translation you might be doing over there. We having a self-driving car example, as I mentioned already, the Tesla is providing to the self-driving car. So that is coming under the deep learning itself. So guys, here the machine learning is a subset of AI, and the deep learning is a subset of ML. So we having a complete circle. I will share in the upcoming slide how the relation is there. So in short, you can think about here inside the AI, we having the ML. So ML is a subset of AI. When it is coming to DL, let's say deep learning. So deep learning is a subset of ML. This way we having the things. If you're comparing the DL and the ML together, so this is the way how we can compare them together. So machine learning is a subset of AI that is using the algorithm to learn patterns from the data. So what are data input we are giving? From the data input, it's finding out a pattern, and based upon that, it's going to train the model to take the decision over there. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning that is using the neural network with many layers. So there we have the deep learning over there. So when it is coming to data requirements, how much data we needed to train a machine learning model, to train a deep learning model. So machine learning need a small data size. So we need a small data size to train a machine learning model. The deep learning model need a large scale data set because we have to find out every aspect, every use case that might be possible in a particular situation so that we can take the more accurate, more effective decision over there. So of course, machine learning data size is small, so it will take less compute power. Even this CPU based is fine to train a machine learning model. But to train a deep learning model, we need the GPU based computation. Even you have seen when you're buying the laptop, when you're buying the hardware right now they are saying it's a AI based laptop. So make sure we having the CPU, we having that from the initial days of the computer. When the things start coming for the graphic, video and others, then we are talking about the GPU based. Now we having the NPU based, natural processing unit, neural processing unit, sorry. So we having CPU, GPU and NPU. So these are the three things we having over there. So if you're looking for a normal computer, normal laptop, CPU base is sufficient. If you're looking for the rendering of the video, the graphics, then we having the GPU based. If you're looking for the machine learning and AI, then we having the NPU based, NPU. Okay. So machine learning training time is fast. It will not take much time in the training, but the deep learning one take the much time. So process here is slow over there. The example for MLR here, fraud detection, recommendation system, email spamming, filtering. These are the various example we having for ML. Deep learning example we having the image recognition, speech recognition, self-driving cars are the example for deep learning. I hope things are clear about AI, ML, and DL. After the deep learning, the next thing we having the Gen AI that today we are using a lot. So the next we having the generative AI and we having the LLMs, large language model. So let's understand what is the Gen AI. So Gen AI is enabling the users to quickly generate the new content based on a variety of input. Even when it is coming to generate the personalized content. So that personalized content we can generate using the Gen AI. That is a generative AI over there. If we're taking the example of the traditional AI, in the traditional AI, we actually do the image classification. Just taking the first example, this is my dog. Even I can show the picture of the cat as well. In the traditional AI, then it label it as it's a dog picture, it's a cat picture, it's a let's say human picture. It's a classification we do in the traditional AI. But when it is coming that today we are using the Gen AI, in the Gen AI, I can ask the model to generate a new dog picture, which is having a belt with the red color, which is having the brown hair, big eyes, we having the big ear. So I can put in the prompt. So the model will generate that particular picture. Even you have seen we having the mid journey software, we having the even using the chat GPT, the paid plan also we can generate the picture. So we having the DALI is a model available in the OpenAI. So using the DALI model, we can generate the pictures whatever you're expecting. Even what are the videos today's you are watching on the YouTube, even on the news channel as well, they're using the AI generated pictures, they're using the AI generated clips a lot to present their presentation. Am I right? So from where they're generating the things using the Gen AI. So ultimately the Gen AI is helping us to generate the more personalized content. So you might be thinking how the Gen AI is working behind the scene. So behind the scene, Gen AI is going to use the LLM, the large language model. So LLM is a AI model that is designed to understand and generate the human like text. And LLM are going to be trained on a massive amount of data. And ultimately behind the scene, it is using the deep learning. In the previous slide, we talk about the deep learning. So as I mentioned, deep learning, the Gen AI is a subset of deep learning. So if you're willing to learn more in detail, more in depth, then we having the LLM. So LLM can recognize the pattern, it can recognize the context and the meaning in the language. If you're asking, show the picture of the capital of India. It is simple prompt I'm giving. It automatically give the picture of Delhi. I'm right. So I have not asked the straightforward question, show me the pictures of Delhi. I asked the question, show me the picture of capital of India. So it is understanding the meaning, the context of the prompt you are asking. So we having the various LLM models example you are using in the daily life. We having the GPT one by OpenAI company. We having the Llama by Meta. We having the Gemini by Google. We having the Claude by Anthropic. We having the DeepSeek by the DeepSeek AI. We having the Grok by XAI. So these are the most popular one. I'm sure you are already using one of them. Can you tell me which model you are using? Or are you using all of them? Because I'm using all the models. How many models you are using in this list? One, two, three, four, five. Just quickly do let me know through chat window. Okay, some people are using one, two, three. Some people are really we having the people who are using all of them. Okay, good. So if you're looking the complete relation, how these things are completely related to each other, just look at this diagram. So we're coming to the AI. AI is containing everything. It's a big circle. Inside the AI, we have been the ML. Inside the ML, we have been the DL, that is a deep learning. Inside the deep learning, we have been the generative AI. Inside the generative AI, we have been the LLM. And based upon these are the LLM example. And how the thing is started. So things are started many years back. It started somewhere around in 1950 when the AI concept was introduced. Then machine learning came in 2000, very late it came. Then deep learning came in 2010. Gen AI came in 2017. LLM came in 2018. But if you will look at it, became popular after the 2022. I'm right. When the GPT came, when the GPT-2 came, after the GPT-3, the things became much popular, much viral. But the thing is, the things are started for many years. So when it is coming to the technology advancement, the technology, I will say the evaluation, it takes time. Nothing is not going to be built just in some years. You can see how much effort, how much time the companies have put over there. Then finally, you having that great AI. Now the companies are working on the AGL. Do you know about the AGL? Not AGI, it's a AGI. Sorry, it's a AGI. Some of the companies are working on the AGI. So AGI is going to be the next level of the AI. That is a artificial general intelligence. So when it is coming to whatever the as a human being, whatever the need you have, it is start behaving as per your, you know, the the habit you having, the way of working you having. It will be just like a personal assistant for you because everyone having a personal personal assistant for that one over there. So now all the companies are working on the AGI. Even in the news, the Sam already tell the GPT-5 will able to solve the AGI problem, but somehow they failed. They are not able to do the things. Recently, the Sundar Pichai has spoken about the AGI. They're working on the AGI, but it will take time. So Microsoft also, the Satya Nadella also uh, said many times through his the keynote speaking how they're working on the AGI. So next, the evaluation is the AGI over there after the LLM and others over there. I hope that so far the things are clear to everyone. Now you have been the clarity about each and everything, because I'm going to cover everything from the beginning. Okay, so now let's look at what are the various the generative AI application we have. So various generative AI application we having here, we can generate the text, we can do the image synthesis over there, music composition, video generation. In healthcare and the finance, we can use them. Where we having the things about the generative AI over there. And what are the various Azure AI services? So these are generative AI example. I'm sure you already using them. Now let's categorize the things together. So when it is coming to learning the Microsoft Azure Cloud, in Microsoft Azure Cloud, we having the so many services. Now the question is here, how we can categorize them into a specific category. So we have learned about the AI, ML, DL, and Gen AI. So which category, which services come into which category? This is the list. This is a table we having. So in Microsoft Azure Cloud, we having the so many AI services, and out of there's so many AI services under the category of the AI, we having the AI vision service, we having the speech language, we having the translator, we having the bot service, we having the document intelligence, where we having the pre-built model, we having the content understanding, we having the cognitive search. So all these Azure AI services coming under the category of AI. When it is coming to machine learning, so machine learning is all about you are creating your own custom model. So custom vision, common language understanding, translator, Q&A, document intelligence, doing using the custom model, cognitive search again. So these are coming under the machine learning category. In the deep learning category, again, we having the AI vision, where we having the video indexer, we having the AI language, speech API, content understanding, form recognizer. So if you will look at here, many services in Azure AI coming in the all category. So it depends whether you are using the built-in model, whether you are using the custom model, or whether you are going to train the things yourself. Those are coming in these categories over there. In Gen AI, we having the Azure OpenAI, Prompt Flow, AI Studio, we having the RAG, we having the neural voice, semantic kernel, agent service. So these are coming in the category of Gen AI over there. So these are the Azure AI services classification, as we have in the category of AI, ML, DL, and Gen AI. And what are the things you having the over there? You are going to come over there. Copilot Studio is a tool which is helping you to create the model and build the agent over there. There is agentic AI. Okay. So now the question is here, what is the Azure AI workload and capabilities we have over there? So when it is coming to Azure AI workload and the capability we having, resume screening is a features you can do using a document intelligence. So document intelligence is a service. Using that, it can be done. Okay. So now the question is here, what is the Azure AI? Because so far we just talk about the AI, ML, DL, and the Gen AI and the LLM. Now the question is here, how the Microsoft Azure can help us to do all these things. So Microsoft Azure is a comprehensive solution. It's a comprehensive suite of artificial intelligence services, tools, and infrastructure. Because ultimately for the AI, we need to buy the hardware where we can, make our custom model and we can train the things. So we don't need to buy the hardware. That complete infrastructure the Microsoft is providing to us. So what are the machine learning model you are willing to build? What are the machine learning model you are willing to, you know, train on your data set? I can do it completely using the Microsoft Azure infrastructure. Even they providing the tools as well. They providing the complete things. It's a complete solution. You don't need to have on-prem. You don't need to worry about for buying the hardware to look at the algorithm and those things. They providing everything at one place. So ultimately, the Azure AI is helping the developers and the businesses to build, deploy, and manage the intelligent application. So what are the application is coming into your mind? What are the AI features you are willing to integrate into your application quickly, immediately, and in an effective way? So there Azure AI will help you. So Azure AI is including the various Azure OpenAI services that is providing the capability of various LLMs through the Azure AI Foundry, where we having the GPT model, group model, we having the DeepSeek model, even they having the more than 11,000 models available in Azure AI Foundry. They having the cognitive service which can help us to implement the pre-built API for the vision. If you're willing to do any analysis on a video, audio, image, it is available as a complete suite, as a complete solution. You don't need to build anything from your end. You can quickly use a built-in model, even you can tweak it using your own data set, and quickly you can train and get the expected result. Just take an example, we having a, the invoices, we having the pictures, especially let's say take an example of medical insurance. There is a company who is selling the medical insurance. I'm right. So when as a patient, let's say you buy the medical insurance, now you have to submit your document to the company. So what are the doctor reports you having? You are taking the photo of the report, then you are uploading to the insurance company portal. Now insurance company having the two option. One option is here manually they will just look at the report. They will extract the data, the insight, the price, the doctor detail, the patient detail, the age, everything, and they will feed into a system. And then they give the approval on your submitted document. It's a complete the manual way of doing the things. So for that purpose, the company might hiring a KPO team. You heard about the BPO, you might have heard about the KPO. Right now, BPO and KPO has been dead completely because now we having the model through the through here the model I can extract the insight from the submitted document quickly. It will take hardly 30 seconds to for me. Even the same thing you will find out in YouTube as well. What are the video you're uploading on your profile or on your channel? YouTube is doing the scanning of your video for your everything. What are the parameter they have? So they're checking for whether your video is it for the teaching purpose. Are you using any, the copyright audio, the copyright scene? If it is something there, they do the strike on that. Is your video is containing any violence, any nudity over there? They're going to compile your complete video. Based upon that, the YouTube is going to categorize. Even YouTube already having the similar type of videos already. So it will also put your video into that category. And based upon that, it start recommending the other users available on the YouTube. This is the way how the YouTube algorithm is working behind the scene. So how quickly they are doing? So behind the scene, they're using the machine learning for the video analysis. Exactly same thing you will find out in every social media platform. So what are the pictures you are uploading? What are the clip you are uploading? Every social media platform is going to analyze your content. Then they decide whether they should allow to publish this content or not. I'm right. So these are the example of the machine learning. So here we having the things, we having the Azure machine learning that is helping us to build, train, and deploy our custom ML model. We having the Azure bot service, which is helping us to create the intelligent, the conversational agents if you're willing to create over there. Make sure you're enabling the responsible, scalable, and the secure development in the cloud. Because of course, when it is coming to building such things, we need to take the responsibility. So we having the responsible AI practices. So everyone should follow the responsible AI practices that is about whatever the algorithm, what the model you're using for the welfare of the human being. I will not use it against the welfare of the human being. I will not use it to do the fraud. Okay. So these are the practices we having here in the. So now the question is here, what are the AI workload we having? So the AI workload, if you're looking at, so these are the things we having in Azure AI, where we having the categorization of them into the vision. As I mentioned already, the image tagging, face detection, we having the language service, we having the sentiments analysis, language translation, then we having the speech to text, voice command recognition, decision, it is a recommendation system, anomaly detection, search, web search, document search. So these are the various category we having for Azure AI services over there. And how we can use it? So it is available is with a pre-built model where we having the vision, language, speech, and more. We having the custom AI models which we can create and everything we can access using the REST API. It is easy for integration. It is enabling the real time and batch processing for the data. And we can integrate with various tool like we having the Azure ML, we having the Power Platform, and we having the cognitive services. So this way we having the things. So what are the Azure AI services example I have just shown to you? Let's see in the portal, in the action. Anomaly detection, like we having the fraud detection. This is the example for it. Anything that is not usual, like unusual, will come in anomaly detection. Okay. So now I'm going to log in into my Azure portal where I will show the everything. So this is my Azure account I'm having. There I will access the things. Let's see where we can find out all the Azure AI services. So now let me show you the way where you can find out all the Azure AI services. Guys, please do share your learning experience so far. Are you enjoying the session? Quickly do let me know through the chat window. Give the thumbs up. I think let me try again. So far, are you enjoying the session? Do let me know through the chat window quickly. I'm not getting the OTP, so please wait. Let me try to log in again. Sometime we having the issue with the login. I think same issue I'm facing here as well. So just wait for some time and I will try again. Okay, the OTP is not coming on my phone. Let me restart it. Meanwhile, let me cover a one more topic, then I will come back to it. So the next important thing which you need to know about whenever you're working with the Azure AI services, it's about the responsible AI. So we having the responsible AI. So responsible AI having a the following foundational principle. The first thing we having the fairness. Make sure you are ensuring the AI treating all the users equally without any bias. It means you are not creating any biased based opinion. Just take an example. There is election is happening in India, let's say in US. So you cannot create a perception. Let's say a specific party is, good, another party is not good. So in that case, you can help the one party to win the election. Okay. This is the way we having the things. So make sure whatever the platform you are building, whatever thing you are building, you having the fair uses of that. It should be reliable as well, so ensuring the AI is working in a safely and intended way in all situation. So things should be reliable. It should not the case you are doing something and it's not going to do the things or it is failing somewhere. So it should not happen like this way. So things should be in a reliable way over there. Now I'm getting the OTP. Let me mention that it is my device issue. Okay, I'm able to log in now. Let me cover this topic first, then I will come back to my account. The next one, we having the privacy. So make sure you are protecting the user data and maintaining the confidentiality over there. It's not the case. What are the user data you are uploading on your platform? It's going to be misused by somebody else. So make sure you are storing in a safe place and make the AI accessible to everyone. It should not be limited to a set of people, but it depends upon what are the AI you're building. But if you're doing, you be having a AI for the open source one and the others one. So it is equally treating the others people here. So things should be transparent. It should not be the biased one. You should treat every gender, every human equally. We should not make any difference whenever we are writing such AI based model. So make sure you are keeping such thing in the mind when it is coming to implementing them in the real life. We having the many additional the principle and the practical implement implication in it to follow, like accountability. So what are the model you are building? Make sure you're accountable. What are the answer it is generating? The security protects. So make sure AI system are not going to be threat by somebody else. The people are not going to misuse it. The human oversight allow the intervention in critical AI decision. The ethical uses to align the AI with the society and legal norms. To make sure what is the content you are generating, the thing you are generating, It is as per the society, as per the legal norm. You're not going to, bypass any legal norm, the society one as well. So the think about the things. Even make sure you're testing on all these such things as well. So these are things you have to keep in the mind when it is coming to this one over there. So let's see, I'm just going to show all the AI services whichever are available in the Azure portal. I have already logged into my Azure portal. So when it is coming to Azure portal, here we having a section for all services. So when it is coming to Azure AI services, we having the things. And here we having a category for AI plus ML. In the AI plus ML, we having the AI search, we having the anomaly detectors, computer vision, custom vision, face API. These are the various Azure AI services we have. So even these all services I have categorized in the category of them. So when we did the categorization of the services, if you will look at in this, like I'm having a table, like say this one. So these are the services list we have. In all the services list, we having these many services over there. So now let me show the example here how we can, access these services. So when it is coming to accessing these services, let me show you the example where or how we can access them. So when it is coming to setting and getting started with the Azure AI services, first we need to create the AI resource. Then we will pick a deployment option where I can decide it can be a single service or it can be a multi-service deployment option, because we having the two option here for deployment. We having the single service and we having the multi-service. Third, we having a set the configuration. Of course, we need to decide the pricing tier, the reason to create it so that we can access them. Then fourth, we having here to access that API. We need to note down the endpoint. We need to note down the key so that we can access over there. And finally, we having the tool to manage the things, to monitor the things. So these are the steps we having whenever you are working with any Azure AI service. As I mentioned, we having the two models of deployment, the multi-service resource, where I can create one resource in Azure that will provide the one endpoint. And then one endpoint is sufficient to use the custom, that one endpoint is sufficient to use the vision, document intelligence, and many other AI services. If we're not willing to use the one endpoint for multiple Azure AI services, we can have a single service as well. I can create a separate service for vision, the separate service for document. But in that case, every service will have a single endpoint for that. So let's see where we having the option to create the things. I'm going to show you. There is a single service option available. So in the single service option, I can create a computer vision service here now. It's a single service option. If you're looking for the multi-service option, so we having the option here, click on the plus icon. And I'm making a search for Azure AI services. It's a multi-service option I'm having. Click on that. So we are getting a resource to create. It's a Azure AI service. Let me click on the create option. It says multi-service option we having. I'm going to pick the subscription here. It says your subscription. Let me create here a resource group where I will keep it. I'm putting here, let's say Scholar AI -RG. That is 101. That we having the things over there. So Azure AI 101, we having the things over there. So what I'm doing here, I'm just going to create a Azure AI service and we will access it from the code so that you will see here the things in action. It's not about you we are learning the theory, because theory will not help us to work in the real life. In the real life, we need to have the Accessibility, the implementation of the things. So now I'm going to share the implementation of it, how we are doing it over there. So the reason is here East US. I'm putting the name of the service. So name of the service is, let's say, Scholar AI service. Yes, this Scholar AI 101 is my name of the service. Then I can pick the pricing tier, because nothing is free in the cloud. We need to pay a amount for using that things. So we having a pricing tier where we having the standard as 0 over there simply. Then we having the responsible AI notice. I mentioned already whatever the services are available to be used in Azure portal, you have to use them as per the responsible AI guideline. So make sure you will not misuse this. You will use it as per the responsible AI guidance. So same way I'm doing the things over there. Click over there. So click on the check. Now here I'm dealing with it. Now go to the next button here. In the network, I'm going to give the access of it from all network, from anywhere you can access it, but you can restrict to be accessible from the selected network. So sometime it happens, you're not making any public endpoint, you're making the endpoint accessible inside your company itself or inside your company network itself. So there I can use the second option there. If guys you having the access to the Azure portal side by side, you can create. If you don't have the access, just see how I'm creating the things. Because the important thing is you need to understand. Ask the question, the doubts, whatever you have in your mind, so that the things going to be have here. Simple. The next option we having here, the identity, I'm making it off. I'm not enabling it. I can apply here the label if willing to further categorize this service based upon the project name, based upon, the environment name. So I can mention over here. Let's say I'm defining the project name here. Let's say Scholar Head. This is my project. Then we having the environment as environment. We having the dev environment. This is we having the things. And finally, I'm going to review the things here now. So it is running the final validation over here. Now let's create it. So it will take a couple of minutes to create this Azure AI services. So just wait for some time. Meanwhile, let me tell you here, if you're going to access the things, how we can access. So to get started with it, you need to have the machine setup on your local machine here. So what are the machine setup you need to have? Let me share the detail. So when it is coming to working with the AI, ML, and the data science, so Python is a language, and Python is a stack everyone should follow. So make sure everyone having the Python setup on your local machine. So you can use the Windows machine, Linux machine, or Ubuntu machine. As an IDE, you can use the PyCharm, you can use the VS Code, you can use the Jupyter as well. So this is the way we can get started with it. So here I'm going to use the Python for making a connection with my Azure AI services. Then I will access over there now simply. So exactly to get started with the Azure AI services, we need to set up our machine here. So when it is coming to setting up the machine, so you have to first install the Python from the python.org. So just go to this website and from here download the Python. When it is coming to writing the code, so we need a ID. So as an ID, I'm using the VS Code ID. So just download this one. So these two things are sufficient to get started with the Azure AI and accessing the things over there. So the Azure AI services has been created. Let me go there. Nitin, you can go ahead with the C sharp as well, but we have been the limitation in other languages because C sharp, Java, JavaScript, you can use with the Azure AI services, but they are not designed for the AI based implementation. Even what are the C sharp, Java, and other languages you will use, somehow behind the scene, they are using the wrapper around the Python based libraries. So why we are working with the wrapper if we having the things directly to be used? So as we having the JavaScript and now we having the TypeScript for the front end development. For the backend development, we having the Java and the C sharp. Similarly, for AI and machine learning, we having the Python. So think about the Python like this way. You having already an application that you might build using .NET, you might build using Java, you might build using let's say Node.js. Keep it as it is. Now just think about to create a new API and think about to create a new microservice that you are building using the Python. So in the Python, just create a REST API. In the REST API, you're making a call to the Azure AI service. You're doing the processing over there. And that Python based API, that Python based microservice, you are consuming into your existing application where you might be using React, where you might be using Angular, where you might be using any other things. It's simple. Think like this way. So AI means you don't need to rewrite your complete project code. AI means you just adding a new extra layer and that layer code you're writing just using Python. Got it? Just take an example of Microsoft itself. What are the product innovation Microsoft did? You can find out they having already the most popular product. They having the MS Office, they having the Windows, they having the Visual Studio. So all the product they have innovated easily. What they did, they have no rewrite a complete product. They just added a one layer for AI, and that layer is nothing. It's a just a microservice, it's just a API they have written in Python, and they just consuming it using the endpoint. That's it. You have to do in your existing application. Good. I hope that things you are able to connect how we are going to use the thing in the real life. It's not about the theory. It's about the real implementation, real uses in your existing application. So I'm already having the VS Code setup here. And when it is coming to building the Python based application for the production development, because here we are not doing the things for testing purpose or for the POC purpose. We need a complete tool system which can help us to manage the dependency in cloud and any other place. So we having a one package managed in the Python. So we having UV. So there is a one website we having UV. So UV Python manager we are going to use. To set up the UV, we having here a PowerShell script command for the Windows platform. This is a command you need to just copy and run on your local machine. So if we're coming to the UV, so UV is 10 to 100 times faster than a typical pip package manager. So as we having in JavaScript, we having the npm. For .NET, we having the NuGet. For Java, we having the Maven. For Python, we having the pip. But pip performance is not better. It takes time when we are downloading, when we are building the things. So what is the fastest one? So fastest one is here UV. So these are various package manager we have. Let's say pip sync, PDM, we having poetry. It's a UV. So everyone is now using the UV when it is coming to building the production grade application using Python when you're building a end-to-end microservice, when it is coming to building the end-to-end backend service over there. Clear? So I'm going to use my VS Code as an ID. In the VS Code, I will do one thing. I'm just create a folder somewhere. So I'm just using a folder. I'm going to have on the weekdays, and here I'm adding a folder. The name of the folder is here Azure AI Services. Today we having the 5th September. Folder name can be anything. It's up to you. I'm giving here so that I can understood. This is a project we added on the 5th September here. So this is my VS Code. Now in the VS Code, I can initialize the application using the UV. So we having the command UV in it. It will initialize my Python application here simply. So this is the way how the Python application is going to be initialized. So we having a main.py file that I can run easily using the UV. It would be here UV, then we having main.py. It would be here UV run is a command, then main.py. So I'm getting the output here. Hello from Azure AI Services 5th September over there. Simple. So this is the way we having the things for this one. So many need to have a account. If you don't have the account, you cannot do the hands-on. So you have to do sign up, then only you can do the things. If you having already created account, you can use that. If you don't have, don't worry about it. Just look at how I'm doing the things. So this is the way the Python project we set up. Now let's how we can communicate with the Azure AI services. So to communicate with the Azure AI services, you having the two option. The first option is here we having the REST API. The second option we having the SDK client libraries. So REST API one you can use with any language. It can be your .NET, it can be your Java, it can be your Python or any other. From anywhere you can consume it using the REST API. The second one we having the SDK client where you can use the popular language SDK that can be for Python, .NET, Java, JavaScript and others as well. But I prefer the only Python as I mentioned already. Always use the technology that has been designed for that particular use case. So if you're taking the example of building the backend, so for building the backend, two are the most popular stack. The one is Java, second one is .NET. So build the backend always using either .NET, either Java. When it is coming to building the front end, two most popular libraries we having for front end, Angular and the React, which are based upon the JS and TS. Use that. When it is coming to building the AI, always use Python because we don't have any limitation when we are using such option. If you're using something that is not designed for the particular things, so we having the limitation over there. We will not get the help over the internet. We will not get the other libraries which can help us to write the code. So that's why AI means use Python, learn Python. Good to go ahead. Python deep understanding is not needed. Python language fundamentals are sufficient and Python supporting library. That's it. So in the REST API one, this is the way we will make the HTTP request and we will get the HTTP response in the JSON format. It's a REST API style. The second style we having the SDK one. In the SDK one, use the SDK for .NET, Java, use the SDK for any other one. And using that, I can access. So here I'm going to show the example of both of them. First, I will show the example here, how we can access here using the traditional REST API. Then I will show the example how we can access it using the SDK one as well. Okay. So what are the things we needed here? We need to just need the endpoint URI. We need to just have a subscription key. These two things I need to get. So in the Python, we having option for defining a environment file. I can define using the environment file using .env. Now in the .env file, I will add some environment variable. So I will define here as environment variable, it would be a AI underscore service endpoint. I'm defining a service endpoint, and then we add here AI service key. So we having the AI service key. So two things we needed initially, and from where we can get these two things, we can get from the created service. So if you will look at here, what are the service we created? It's a multi-resource service. So when you're opening it in the multi-resource service, we having the decision service, we having the language service, we having the speed service, we having the vision service, we having the document intelligence service. So these are the various services option are coming. As I mentioned, we having the two option to create the Azure AI services. One option is a create a separate service for each of them. So we'll get a separate endpoint for each of them. The another option is here, just create a multi-resource service where you will get the one single endpoint to use the language service, to use the speed service, to use the document intelligence service, and to use the vision service. I don't need to create the multiple endpoints there. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to note down the endpoint. So we having the option for the manage key. Let me access. And here you will get the two things. I'm getting here key. Let me copy the key value, which I'm going to put as an environment variable here. This is my key value. The second thing we have been the endpoint. So endpoint just a URL. I will copy and put it here. So these two things we needed to access it using the Python SDK. I'm defining it now, simple. Now let me come into the code. So what I'm doing here, I'm just adding here a folder for the SRC. In the SRC folder, I will create a Python file so that I can access that API. So here I'm just adding a things. It would be here, let's say SDK hyphen, not SDK. I'm just taking the example of REST hyphen client dot py. Let me remove this main dot py file because now we having a SRC folder. Inside the SRC folder, we are adding the things. So whenever you're working with the Python, in the Python, we need to download some of the packages. So let me download some of the package here using the UV. I can install them. It is a UV add. I'm adding here a package for .env, and I'm just adding a package for a request because I'm going to make a HTTP request. So we having a request package in Python that I'm going to download. So two packages I'm downloading here now. So they has been downloaded. And where you will find out these two packages. So these two packages you can find out in Python, this pyproject.toml file. So we having the dependencies option. Inside the dependencies, we having these two packages. So whenever you are willing to find out what are the various packages my application is using, just open this toml file and there you will get the packages information. It is similar to the package.json file we having in React based application, Angular based application, and other one. I hope so far the things are clear to everyone. Gopi, you will host this application separately, then you will get a endpoint. At that endpoint, you will consume in your existing application. Okay. This way, the things are going to be done. Clear? Good. So now here, let me import the things. So here I'm just going to import the thing from .env. I'm importing the things. I'm importing the operating system. It's a built-in module. I'm importing the request module here now. Now in the Python, we having a way to define a main function. I'm defining that. Then I'm loading the environment variable here now. So what are the environment variable we are loading? Let me access the endpoint. So here I'm accessing the endpoint here. I'm accessing the key as well. So let me access the key also. So what are the environment name we having? It's a AI service endpoint, AI service key we added here now. Now let me add a condition here. If there is no endpoint or there is no key, then show a message. Check the endpoint and the key value. If it is not there, it is returning. If the things are there, so we are going to make the HTTP request over here. So for HTTP request, I'm going to create here a client for that. So we are going to create here the request client. So when I will make the request, I will make the post request here where we having a URL, we having the data, and we having the header for that there. So now let me take the input from the end user. So what the program I'm going to make here, I'm going to make a simple program. I will enter some text, or I will take the input from the end user. That input we will identify the language of that input, whether it's a the input text in English language, or is it is in Hindi language, or it is in any other language that we are going to identify here now. So now I'm putting here, let's say it would be here input text. Let me get here input. I will take the input from the end user. So I'm just asking enter your text. This enter your text here. Now let me define the header so that we can make the HTTP request here now. So that I'm adding header here now. So I need to pass here the OCP key here. It is not a right one. It would be here OCP underscore APIM, then underscore we having the subscription key. So what are the Azure AI services we have? That service, that Azure AI service is running behind a API gateway. And for that API gateway, it's need the key. That key I'm passing here. Content type would be here the JSON. So because I'm going to pass the data in the JSON format. So now let me prepare here the data in the JSON format so that we having the things over there. So I'm putting here the data where I'm just putting the documents for it. It would be here documents where I'm passing the document ID. The language will be here English. The text would be here the input one over there. This is the way we having the things over there. I mentioned already it's a 2-hour session. We having the 30 minutes more. So just wait. Okay. So here I'm just creating the input text. We having header. We having the data over there. Now let me create the URL for it. So now let me define a endpoint where I'm going to analyze the language. So we having the languages to analyze. The version number is let's say 3.0 I'm taking here. So we are doing the text analysis. This is a text analysis I'm doing here for the version number 3.0. Now let me make the response. This I'm making the response where I'm making the post request over there. Then we having the post one, I'm passing the URL, we having the header that I'm passing here, I'm passing the data as a JSON format. So what are the response we are making? The response I'm checking. I'm checking here the response. If the response status code is 200, it means we got the response from there. The response I'm converting into the JSON format. So this result I'm getting here is a result I'm getting in the JSON format. Now I will read it. So I will read it using the for loop. So what are the document I'm getting? The document, the result I'm from this result, I'm getting the documents here. So now what are the response I'm getting? I will print here. So I'm going to print here the document ID. So what are the document ID we have? I'm printing that. I'm just printing here the detected language. So what are the language we are detecting? I'm putting over here. So I can get simply using the doc. Then we having the detected language and name for it. Let me format the text here. And here I'm just putting the name. This is the way. Here I'm writing the code as per the, the Python. So when you will know the Python, you will understand it. Some people might having the challenge to understand. So don't worry about it. Just a Python syntax. I'm just writing very basic code in the Python. It is not a much typical one. So don't worry about that. So this is the way I'm checking the status code is 200 or not. If it is, now I'm getting the document ID. Of course, I will get one only because I'm passing one itself. But a detected language, I will get English if I will pass the text in English, or Hindi if I will pass in Hindi itself. Now I can run it simply. So to run the code, let me go inside the folder src, because everything we having in the src folder. This REST client we having in the src folder. Now let me run the code. So it would be, let's say, uv run. Then we having the rest hyphen client.py. So this is the code I'm just running here now, and see the output. It will ask for the input over here. Abhishek, in the code, I have defined the JSON structure. You can see this is my JSON object I'm passing. So hello, this is a master class. I'm adding here this text. So it will analyze it, then do let us know. Okay, there is this one spelling mistake I did here. It's a detected language, not the languages. So make sure you're putting the right one. So this is a master class. You can see it is going to analyze the things. It is a English language input. I can give the input in the Hindi as well. It will let us know. So now let me put here to run it. So I can convert some text online. Let's say English to Hindi. This is a master class. So I'm putting this one. Let me put here and enter it. So I'm getting the Hindi over there. Clear? So this is the way we can detect the language here. It's a pretty much simple example how the Azure AI service we can use to understand the text, to understand in which particular language you are writing this text over there. Clear to everyone? So these are REST API example. We just using the HTTP client, and using that we are accessing over there. Simple to get started over there now. Mohammed Aman, of course, when it is coming the AI 900, there is nothing to relate it with the coding. But the question is here, until you will not see the things in action, how can build a software? So hands-on is also the part of the learning. So that's why we are doing the hands-on as well here, so that you will connect. It should not be the case I'm just learning the theory. It would be just a boring session. So I don't deliver any session where we just talking about the theory, because theory is just boring things after a time. So that's why we are doing a mix of lab plus theory so that you will connect. Clear to everyone? Of course, it can detect the any language over there. Simple. Mohammed, everyone having the its own way to do the things. Got it? I'm just teaching the things which you are going to use in the real life. There is no meaning to do the things in such a way where I cannot use in the real life. So you are learning the things how to actually in the real life you're going to use the model and how to use them. I hope the things are clear how we can deal with it. So this is about a simple example how we can get started with it now. The this language you can try, it's a homework for you. I have just shown the way how it can be done. Now the next thing is important here. Whenever you're working with any Azure AI service, make sure you're referring the pricing tier, you're looking at the billing and other things over there. Because if you're not aware of how the Azure is going to charge for using a particular service, you're not able to take the decision over there. So that we having the things simply. So when it is coming to learning the pricing tier, billing and others, so just find out how many transactions they are going to allow, how they are charging for the token, how they're charging for the transaction, so that you able to get a understanding of the billing, so that you can give the estimate to the customer. So this will be the estimate if we are going to make this number of requests. It can be, let's say, a 1 million request, that much with the price, 1 million token, this much will be the price. So that calculation to understand when it is coming the pricing tier and doing the things over there. Clear to everyone? Because this is not a session about the graph API. Already we are doing the things using the Python and the so that you will connect them. And as a the Azure AI engineer, you should keep tracking the uses of the things. Keep tracking the uses of the token. You can set the budget as well if you're going to apply some restriction. You can set the alerts as well so that you can control the unexpected cost to be run. Look at the matrices, review the breakdown of the cost by the resources, by the services, by the time. So everything you can analyze at the portal level. So when it is coming the portal you have, what are the things we having over there? You can go into the subscription, whatever you have. So what are the subscription I'm having? That the subscription label, you can see how much you have spent this month. You can see these are the cost we having here resource wise here. I can see. So I have created a service, this one. So this much amount I have spent it over there. This much amount I have spent it over there. So here, just keep looking at the cost of the resources you are paying and what can be the estimate one. So forecast in my case is 9,800. This is the forecast we are getting in this over there now. Simple. Gopi, when it is coming to fetching the database label comments and give it to the input. So you have to write the code. So write the code where you are fetching the data from the backend database, then you can give as an input to it. So it can be done automatically. It will not do the things over there. Simple. Okay. Of this, when it is coming to Gen AI, Gen AI is a mentioned already. Gen AI is a subset of the AI. So when it is coming the Gen AI, when it is coming the machine learning, when it is coming the LLMs, deep learning, all are the part of the AI itself. Simple. I already mentioned. I hope that things are clear to everyone. The next thing we having here the computer vision service. So when it is coming to the computer vision service, So we having the things like this way. So in Azure, we having the vision survey, which is providing the tools to analyze and to understand the visual data, where it is including the various services like we having the computer vision, custom vision also we can do, where we can create our own custom example. For that we having the face API, we can analyze the video as well. It is supporting the image tagging, object detection, face recognition, video analysis. So these are the things we can do. And for that we having the pre-built model and we having the custom model we can use over there. So these are the core capability we having for the custom vision, where we can do the visual analysis of an image of a video. Then features recognition we can do, where might be reading the human face, the brand name, the handwriting text we're going to get over there. We are going to processing the model over there. We having the various industry use cases where it can be used. And if you're looking for the AI vision pricing tier, so they having the pricing tier for the free. This is the 5,000 free transaction, the monthly basis it's available over there. These are common features accessible get. Let's say image analysis, OCR, and the object detection. You will find out for the pay as you go model, they're going to charge for the per thousand call $1 to $3. It depends upon there over there. Then we having the full API access. These are common. There's a commitment TS. If you're looking for the discounted price and volume, this option is available there. In the AI vision, these are the version we having. So version 1, 2, 3.1, they have now retired. Only the two version they are supporting and promoting, that is a 3.2 and the 4.0. So whenever you're working with Azure AI Vision using the REST API example, so make sure you're using the 3.2 and 4.2 example there. Don't use the 1.2 and the 2.0 over there now. So when it is coming to the image analysis, so image analysis is a computer vision service, which is helping us to uh, analyze the visual input, where we having the image, it is supporting the OCR, face image. This example we having, let's say this is the image input we are giving. And now this image input we are getting here. A person is playing football in the park. This is a label we have given to this image. We are going to extract the hashtag. So hashtag, let's say football, sport, social, outdoor, park. This is an object we are detecting: car, a human, a dog, a ball, again a person. Even we can extract the things as well like this way. So these are the things we having over for the object detection. So for the object detection, we having the pre-built vision model. So the pre-built model, we having the vision API access. Using the REST API, we can access. We can find out the image tagging, image description, brand detection. Everything can be done using your Python C# code. The example which I did recently, I did for a simple text. Similar way, I will pass the image URL to the same endpoint, to the same one. It will let us know the analysis of the image. So this also can be done. If you're willing to create something for your own purpose, let's say things are not available as a built-in one, so you can create the custom vision model as well. Let's say you're willing to create a fruit classifier. So you can train a model to detect the fruits. Let's say this is the image we having for banana. This is the image we having for apple. This is the image we having for orange, like this way. So that can be done over there. The next one we having for the object detection. So we can detect the objects in the image as well. We having the face detection as well. So in the face detection, the Azure AI face service is going to work on this 27 predefined landmark points here. How the internet, the AI is going to, analyze a person face. So they have defined some of the pointers which they are going to provide through the analysis. So whatever the face analysis you are doing, we have in the face attribute for that. So it is going to detect the accessories. Do we have any headwear, any head, any cap you are wearing on a head? Do we wearing any glasses, any mask? It will let us know with the confidence score. And confidence score will be in the range of 0 to 1 when it is checking. It can be zero point 0.5, zero point 0.6, zero point 0.7, zero point 0.8. So make sure when you are checking for the score, it should be more than zero point 0.6. So that is the confidence it is giving to us. If the image is blur, it will let us know the image blur on the scale of low high rating. Then we having the exposure, the access the image brightness, the classification, let's say no glasses, reading glasses, sunglasses, we can find out in the image over there. Head pose having the angle over there. This is about the here the occlusion, let's say flagifies. Are you hiding your face? Are you hiding your own nose? So that also we can find out the covered by any object. We can rate the image quality low, medium, high. So this can be the done over here. When it is coming the model, these are the model we having for the face detection. So we having three model right now: detection 1, 2, and 3. For the recognition model, we having 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the face detection model we having. The next we having for the OCR when we are reading a text and converting into the meaningful insight. So that can be done. We having a video indexer as well where we are doing the video analysis to find out the things. This is for the image classification. We having the images and we're going to classify in a specific one over there. We can generate the images as well. Let's say this is the image I can generate using the DALI over there. Here we having the things clear. So this is the vision service we having to get started with it when it is coming to learning. Now let me wrap up the session here for the today class. As I mentioned in the beginning, we are going to share the link to get the certificate of this workshop, and we are going to share a free course access as well. I'm sharing the link. Free course access. So we having the free course available at scholarhead.com. I'm sharing the link for the free course. If you're going to prepare yourself for learning the Azure AI and ML from scratch, so we having the free course access. So I share the link in the chat window. First link we having to generate this workshop certificate. So just open the link, fill your detail over there. Make sure you have registered with us using the same email ID. Then only you able to generate the certificate of joining this workshop. Second link, we having the LinkedIn profile link for the scholar head. So please tag the scholar head when you're sharing the certificate on the LinkedIn so that you will have the more reach over the LinkedIn profile, because we having so many the follower on a LinkedIn profile. It will help you to increase the reach. So do acknowledge the scholar head. You have earned a certificate from the scholar head in the Azure AI Fundamentals over there. The last link we having for the free course access. So we have created a complete end-to-end course on Azure AI 900, where we having the video as well, where we having the hands-on lab as well, where we having the skill test as well, where we having the question answer as well. Everything we have prepared for you in detail. Just go through this content step by step, and after completing this content, you can go for the official AI 900 exam, and I'm sure you will pass it. This is the way how you're going to become the Microsoft certified Azure AI professional here. So guys, if you have any query, any doubt about the AI 900, about the AI things, do let me know. I will answer your queries over here. Some people are asking about the courses and the training. I will tell you about that also. If you're interested about to join a program with the Scholarhead to become the Azure AI engineer, what are the services we have discussed today? If you're going to learn how to implement them into the real project, how to use the Python for doing the image analysis, for doing the video analysis, and doing the everything. So we having a course for that also. I will explain about that course also if you're willing to join that program. I hope the workshop related query you don't have. Do you have any query about the workshop? If you don't have the query, some people are asking about the training program. So now let me share about what are the training program we are offering at a Scholarhead. And if you're willing to become a Azure AI engineer, where you're going to learn everything from scratch, how you can do it here. So when it is coming to becoming the Azure AI engineer, so we having a training program at Scholarhead. So at Scholarhead, we having a training program for Azure AI and Gen AI engineer. If you're willing to become Azure AI and Gen AI engineer, so we having a training program at Scholarhead over there. Shreya, I already mentioned here, just refer the free course because in 2 hours I cannot cover everything. Things takes time. I already cover a lot of content. The other content you have to refer through the free course I mentioned over there. Okay. So if you're willing to become the Azure AI and Gen AI engineer, so if you are a fresher, if you're a beginner, you are a already working professional, where you might be working as as a software engineer, system analyst, tech lead, project lead, and technical manager. Now you're willing to integrate the AI into your application. As a developer integrate, as an engineer integrate, as a tech lead integrate, as a project lead integrate. So we having a program for that one there. These are Azure AI and Gen AI engineer scope we having. So after completing the Azure AI and Gen AI engineer program, you can fit yourself in one of the role. It can be Azure AI engineer, Azure Gen AI engineer, Azure AI consultant. We having the Azure Gen AI consultant. So in one of the role, you can fit yourself when it is coming to looking for the career scope there. What is the salary you can expect for the Azure AI and the Gen AI engineer? This is salary expectation we having over there. Okay, I'm sharing the link again for the generating the certificate and others. I share it again, just refer it. So to become the Azure AI and the Gen AI engineer, you need to know the Python, you need to know the Python libraries, you need to know how to build the REST API in the Python. Then we having the Azure AI services, custom model, LLMs, AI agent, AI foundry, Gen AI tools. You need to know about the prompts, OpenAI, and of course you need to build the projects. So these are skill set you should have. And depending upon what are the experience you having, what are the country, what are the currency you having, you're going to get the salary. What are the salary range I'm sharing here? I'm sharing as per the India. In the USA, the salary range is here more than 160K USD. So it depends upon whatever the reason you having in the USA, it can be 160K USD. Yearly salary you can expect in India. This can be the range you can expect over there. So when it is coming to the use cases, where actually Azure AI is going to be used. So Azure AI already used by the top tech companies in this world. If we're taking the example of the Walmart, Mercedes van, we having the Heathrow Airport, we having the Adobe, we having the Coca-Cola, we having the Airbus, we having the Nationwide. We having the tel insurance. So these many companies already using the Azure AI services to making their product better and intelligent, so that they can serve their customer in a more better and the recommendation way. So these are the companies who already using the Azure AI in enterprise there. So now the question is here, how can become the Azure AI and the Gen AI engineer? To become the Azure AI and the Gen AI engineer, you have to pass one certification, that is AI 102. Today's certification learning, whatever you have done, is about AI 900. So AI 900 we having for everyone. It is a completely the theoretical certification. We don't have any hands-on over there. Today, even I have just shown some hands-on, but if you're looking for a complete hands-on, where you're learning completely through the implementation by doing the things over there, then AI 102 is a certification exam we have. So if you're looking for developer, the engineer, AI 102 is exam we having for that. The second thing we having the Azure AI Foundry, that is about the generative AI and the LLM to get started with it over there. Nikita, you can also learn the Azure AI if you're willing to do the things. As I mentioned already, you need to know the Python and others, but best thing with that program is we already teaching the Python to you. So you don't need to worry about it. All the prerequisite we are covering. You just have a basic understanding of programming. You should have just a basic understanding of development. That is sufficient. Python we are teaching you here from scratch. So what the skills that I mentioned the previous slide, you're going to learn here. So you don't need to worry about that. So how the Scholarhead can help you to become the Azure AI and the Gen AI engineer. So it's at Scholarhead, we are offering the training program in the 3 stages. The stage one, we having about learning live. So all the training program we having the live, and everyone is having here unlimited live session access till 1 year. It means till 1 year you can keep joining all the live batches we will conduct at Scholarhead. There is no restriction on joining the live batches. So your focus should be on learning. We are giving you the complete 1 year hand holding support through the live session over there. You are going to get the recording of each live session because of course, what are the live session you are joining, everything you cannot recall, you have to revisit it. So for that purpose, you're going to the recording of each session. For the quick revision purpose, we having the notes as well. Because when it is coming the revision, when it is coming to the learning, notes are the important part that also getting from us. So this is stage one where you're learning live through the unlimited live session till 1 year you're going to get. So focus should be on learning. For the revision purpose, you're getting the recording of the live session. You're getting the quick notes. Then the stage two, we having the building the experience. Because any company will hire you for your experience. They will not hire you if you know the theory. So for building the experience, we having the hands-on labs. So we having the 50 plus hands-on lab, more we are building. So we having a platform where we are evolving always. So you're doing the hands-on. So you're learning by doing. We having the projects as well. You're building the 4 projects in this program so that you will learn how to actually build the real world application, the real world tools that we are building. This is stage two. The stage three, we having the empowerment. Because of course, everyone objective is here to get a new job. Everyone objective is here to switch to the new project in the same company. So whenever you're doing that one, they take your interview. So which type of question are going to be asked, how to answer them, we already prepare at the platform. Even we having the resume building session, we will help you to build your LinkedIn profile. We will help you to hunt for the job as well. It's a complete hand holding session we having where we will help you to get the job. Here you're getting the technical support through the Discord, through the WhatsApp. This way you're getting the things over there. And of course, for doing the hands, you're going to get the access to the Azure portal as well. So don't need to worry about to have your own account, because I know people don't have the Azure account. So how they will practice? So we will provide you the Azure Sandbox access as well for the practice purpose. Now let me give a quick walkthrough to the platform so that you having the clarity how everything you're going to access. So when you will log into the platform here, I'm going to log in. Here, I'm going to log in into my account. This is a platform dashboard we have. It's a dashboard we have built. So here you will get here the Azure Cloud Sandbox access for the practice. Because when it is coming to learning the Azure AI, if you don't have the Azure account, if you will not practice it, there is no meaning to join a program. So what Scholarhead is doing, you're going to get the Azure AI Cloud Sandbox, where you can decide the duration of the sandbox and you can create it over there. Just click on the Start Cloud Sandbox button and OK. It will give you a username and password that you will use to log in into the Azure portal. And after that, you start creating your necessary Azure AI service and the practice it. So getting the Azure Cloud Sandbox access from the Scholarhead itself. After doing the practice, you can end the session here. The sandbox will close automatically. So this is the way how we created the Azure Sandbox for you for the practice purpose there. Then here we having the option how we can access the content. So you're going to get the access to the Azure AI Engineer Certification Training. You're going to get Azure AI Foundry Certification Training. So when you will log in, just click on the access now here. So here you can see you're going to get the all the batches access here. This is all the batches access we having over there. You can pick any batch code and you can watch the recording of that batch code, because everyone is going to get the 1 year members. You can see every session recording we have uploaded, code we have uploaded, PDF we have uploaded. Just click over there, it just start playing the video of that particular session. So I will be your coach for this batch as well. So best thing is I'm taking the batch, so don't worry about it. Here we are writing the same code over there as we did today. And even in the video, you can search. So here we can do the searching in the video itself. This is the way the player we have built over there now. You can go back. You're going to have the quick notes access. So around each module, we having a lot of content to cover so that you will learn everything over there. We having the hands-on lab. So we having the 29 labs live right now in Azure AI Engineer. We having more than 20 labs in Azure AI Foundry as well. So you're going to get more than 60 labs for the practice. And if you're coming to lab, every lab is a problem statement. It's a problem statement you have to build for it. Then we having the lab solution, how to build it. So in a step-by-step way, how to build this lab, we have uploaded here. Just follow the document and do the practice. And if you're sticking somewhere, then we have in the Discord group. Through that, you can get the help. Our support team will help you during your learning journey. This is the one we have in the labs for you for the practice purpose. To prepare you for the official certification exam, we have in the skill test. So you should need to know which type of question are going to be asked from a particular module, how to answer them. So we have in the skill test for you. So we having a 15 question in each module is the time we having. This is a maximum mark we having. So this is the way the test paper you having. And to prepare you for the interview, we having the interview question answer as well. Because ultimately everyone goal is to get the job. So which type of question are going to be asked, how to answer them. So we having the interview question answer as well here. This is the way we have prepared you for interview. Even we having the live session as well on resume building, LinkedIn profile preparation and everything. So this is the way you are going to get the things over here now. If you're looking for the batch, so we having the batches in weekend as well as in weekdays. So you having the two option. You can join the batch in weekend, you can join the batch in weekdays as well. So we having a upcoming batch that we are going to start from the 14th of September. The timing would be a Saturday 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. It is Saturday Sunday batch we having. It's a weekend batch. We are going to start from 14th September. There is a one batch we having in weekdays as well. So in weekdays we having a one batch that we started this 4th September batch. We started this one. It's a 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. batch. So we having the weekdays batch Tuesday, Thursday, late evening, 8:30 to 10:30 as you are joining today, 8:30 to 10:30. Same way we having the weekday batch. Then we having a weekend batch early morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. IST. You can join both the batches. It's your choice. You want to join weekdays, you need to join weekend. You will have access to all the batches. We don't have any restriction. It's your choice because everyone is getting the unlimited batch access till 1 year. This is the promise we have, and you can join them there. I hope the batch timing is clear to everyone. I'm right. You can check our platform rating over the Trustpilot, Google, and Facebook.